Hello, how are you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome back to another episode of the Heinz Report Case Files edition. We are going right back to the Jonathan Majors trial like we have been doing for the past, I think, 8 parts now, nine on this ninth part of Grace Jabbari's direct testimony cross exam that we are on now. And then after that, we're gonna go into the redirect, which should be coming up soon, but we're still on the 6th of December to the 6th of December 2023, and we're going through the testimony there. But before we continue, make sure that you hit that like button. I like to welcome everyone into the stream. Hitting that like button would definitely help us in regards to the algorithm, and it would definitely help, push the visibility of this stream. Make sure you also share as well on whether it be on X, on Facebook, etc. Let me know how you're feeling, and also you utilize the chat. Let me know, and react along as well. So it's a bit of a new setup today, so I'm just trying to get acquainted with everything that's laid out. Got a semi new table, so, and a new tripod. So I thought I'd try it out. So I look a bit different. Well, the layout is a bit different, but I like to welcome everyone back onto the channel. Let me just read the chats out really quickly, and just go straight to the chat. Days ago, Williams, welcome to the chat. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you every single one of you for tuning in. Like I said, we've been going through the transcripts of Grace Jabbari, and but before that, we've done Officer Swain as well as Holly Blakey. Now, for recap, we were on the last stream where we stopped. They were trying to they were trying to establish the when I say they, I'm referring to the defense who are cross-examining Grace Jabbari. They were basically trying to establish her the events that was happening before the arrest took place and what was going on. On the previous stream, we done a kind of a not, I wouldn't say a deep dive, but we done a kind of a crossover or a comparison, if that makes sense, where we not only looked at Grace Jabbari's testimony and previous testimony that she made, but we also looked at Officer Swain's testimony, and it turns out that we found a contradiction between Grace Jabbari's testimony and Officer Swain's testimony, because Officer Swain said that he was the one that was asking Grace what was happening, etc. And and to his surprise, he found out that everything that had happened the night before, and they were in an altercation, and Jonathan had been, as according to Grace, Jonathan had hit her in the head, and had injured her arm in a tussle for the phone, etc. That's what Officer Swain testified to. After he had got that information from Grace, he went straight to Jonathan Majors, got the information from him, and then went back to Grace, got the information from him, and made the arrest. Then what Grace was testifying is she was told that Jonathan which was crazy because Officer Swain, the third party in this, said that Grace volunteered this information. But here on the direct on the cross exam, she's saying, Grace Jabbari is saying before Officer Swain when on the stand, Grace Jabbari is basically saying that Officer Swain was the one that told him that Jonathan had said that they had got into an altercation, that she never really volunteered that information to the police, which is very interesting that she's going on that defense when she has been, when, she's, well, it's kind of her defense, because she's been saying that she's been trying to protect Jonathan. So we're gonna dive right back into the transcripts. Welcome everyone once again for jumping on. After that quick recap, this is the basic trans. Let me zoom in so you guys can see. This is where we stopped before, because this was where the mini deep dive started, where I said, did you say beyond or before? And also, I forgot to say, this will be the main time from now on, because we were we've always been streaming from 9, but I moved it to 10 because I know it's a lot of people dropping around this time. So I figured it's better to just start from 10, because so that people do not miss half the stream. So now they'll be coming in, well, hopefully. But yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna start with I'm gonna start with the transcript, because this is where we stopped. I'm gonna do a little bit of a refresher, um because we stopped on 285. So I'm gonna start at 283, just to uh uh, get us back up to speed. So it says here so it says here, uh what's happening right now is the judge is basically saying, what we're going to do right now, ladies and gentlemen, is Ms. Jabbari indicated that she needs recollection refresh. So now, so as not to have you leave the courtroom, so that can be done, I have asked both sides to have laptops and headphones available, so that if there is a piece of evidence that needs to be seen to refresh recollection, that won't be played in open court. That will be given to the witness, so the witness can take a look and see if that piece of the video does refresh the witness recollection. So that's what's going to happen right now. I'm going to zoom in a little bit onto wait. Yep, I think that should be a bit better. While they're doing that, I want to check with the jury. Is anybody hearing any noises or chatter in the audience? I see everyone saying no. So good audience, good audience. Your Honor, I'll come back to this. Ms. Jabbari, you continue to text with your friend after you went to the hospital on March 25th. This is your friend Holly. Yeah, I think I sent her a text whilst I was at the hospital. Says Grace Jabbari. And at 5:09 New York time, you told Holly that I think I fainted. I was sick. I remember that, but I fainted while I was packing. So, just to lay a bit more foundation here, or a bit more recapping here, uh, she was. This is why she was found fainting in the not fainting. This is why she was found unconscious on the floor when the police arrived. According to her, she had fainted as she was packing, but there was no bags in sight. That has to be made clear. There was no bags in sight as she was packing, and the bags was actually on the other floor. So you got to wonder. There was no clothes around her either, but she was in a closet. So you got to wonder, what was she packing, because and also there is something I found that is of Sergeant Swanson, I believe, Hansen. Sorry, Sergeant Hansen, that I'm going to use here, but I need to I will get it later when it becomes relevant. But right now, that's what's going on. It says, and you reviewed the body worn. Sorry, there was no luggage in the closet when the police found you, correct? Right? Correct. And you have reviewed the body worn footage, right? Right, the body worn footage, the body worn camera. Yes, yes, yes. There is no luggage physical in the body worn camera footage, right? I don't believe so. And this is where it's interesting, because technically speaking, you don't pack without a luggage next to you, but everyone has their ways of doing things. Welcome to the chat, Solo Dove. Thank you so much for tuning in once again. The number one OG. I appreciate you for tuning in. Thank you ever so much. And welcome. Yeah. So we're just currently doing the recaps right now in regards to the testimony of, well, the cross exam of uh of Grace Jabbari. It says, and you told Miss Blakey on the text, and Jonathan obviously tried to open the door and couldn't. Is that right? Yes. And you just justified that you were not aware Mr. Villiers was there at all, correct? Yes. So you don't know whether he tried to open the door or not, do you? It was quite clear that they said they had opened the door, and it became clear that the situation, when I kind of was being informed by everyone around me who said that. the people, the officers, the fire department guy was there, and things like that. It became quite clear. It's your testimony that the police, the fire department, uh, told you that what? Well, I knew the door. I knew I locked the door, so I knew they had to get in, and it became clear with that with what they was asking me and say to me what had happened. I pieced it together. So this is what's weird about all of this. What's weird about all of this is, well, for one, we don't have the testimony to Elon Rospoli's testimony. We don't have the transcript, sorry, but Eden was probably did actually testify that Jonathan was on the phone with him, and he was making before he had made the call. So it's not possible. Like, I don't know how the jury heard this testimony and believe, yeah, this girl's is really upstanding and does not lie, and everything that she was saying is the truth. Because I'm looking at this, there's no way you can hear Elon Ruspoli's testimony and say, yeah, he was on the phone. There's no way you can see the phone records that he was actually on the phone to this guy, knocking on the door, like, and being distraught. And you can hear him, and all those things is happening, and you're saying you were not aware of it. That's not possible. I mean, even based on your own communications at 11:07. So you fainted around 11:07 when and this is the you is Grace Jabbari. So you fainted around 11:07 when um when before all of this thing happened. The body, they came in at 11:13, I believe. So that's when she was showing on body cam and to do all that. So all those things happen, and you didn't hear me just at all, knocking on the door at all. I find that very hard to believe. I find that extremely hard to believe, unless those walls in the closet are fortified and soundproof. It's unbelievable for me. But anyway, going back to the recap. At 5:13, while you were at Bellevue, you texted your friend Holly again, and you said so, and you said so he called the fire department. Is that right? If that's the text, says yes. And how is it that you knew may just call the fire department? There was fire department in the house. I thought you testified that you woke up to the police. Yeah, I believe the first people I saw were the police, but I think I also testified that I saw fire department and paramedic and people there. There was more than just the police officers. But your text is to Holly, said that that he called the fire department. Is that right? Yeah. If that's what he says, yes. Then you told Miss Blakey at 5:13 p.m. I just want to be clear. It is your statement that you didn't know Mr. Majors was in the apartment until the police woke you up. Is that right? Asked and answered, yeah. And therefore you didn't hear Mr. Majors speak to the police before you were woken up by the police. Is that right? Yeah. When I was waking up, I heard his voice. I heard his voice. I knew he was there. And beyond that, you didn't hear Mr. Major speak to the police, did you? Did you say beyond or before? Beyond that. I don't quite understand the question. Can you say it again? What exactly did you hear Mr. Majors and the police discuss when you wake up? I heard his voice and I heard comments on my injuries. I couldn't tell you any more than that, just what was in my memory. And you testified that the police took Majors out of the closet into another space, right? Eventually they did, yes. And you weren't there when Mr. Majors was speaking to the police, were you? No, I was not. They were in the bedroom and I was in that area. You didn't hear what Mr. Majors and Mr. Police discussed, and the police discussed, did you? Mr. Police, what the fuck is wrong with you? All right, no, she didn't. You told your friend Holly over text at 5:13 that you told them we had an argument. Is that right? Yes. But you were the one who told the police that you had an argument with Majors, right? They also said they knew. They said he told us you got into an argument in the car, things along those lines. I also said the same. This is where we stopped last time. This is where we stopped last time. So the recap is now over, and I'm just gonna say, everyone that's coming into the stream right now, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for joining in. And I appreciate. Let me just move this light over because it's causing. Damn it. Okay, that's better. It's causing a bit of a glare there, but I think that's fixed now. Oop. Anyway, enough of the housekeeping. I'm still trying to get used to it. Anyway, moving on. What was I was going to say? So everyone that's tuning in right now, that was the recap over. Now we're going into it. So we have already established in the previous stream that this was a lie. What we just read was not truthful because that they were asking her first. She volunteered the information. They went to Majors. They got his side. They went back to her. They got her side again, which is actually normal procedure. It's basic court, like it's what you do at court. Direct, cross, redirect. Find out what he said, go back to her just to fill up any gaps, and then do what you have to do. I'm not a policeman, never been a policeman, don't know how they would, but it sounds it's I've seen a lot of movies. Let me just put it like that. But the point is, now that you're here, we're about to go into the proper reading. But before we do that, make sure you hit the like button. Help us be visible with the algorithm, become best friends with the algorithm. And also make sure you share this on X, Twitter, X is Twitter, Facebook, wherever you are on social media. Share it so that, of course, people can see this stream and it's more visible. And of course, don't forget to subscribe and subscribe onto the channel. We have videos that you can watch. We have live streams as well that's going on onto the channel. And of course, it's all wrapped up in a neat little package in a playlist format. So go and check out the content that we have on the channel. And it goes without saying, make sure you check out drheinz.info, which is on the screen right now. So I'm just gonna read the chat. Solo Dove says he was very loud and yet she sent and received messages while he was talking on the phone, and the guy opening the door for him. Yeah. I don't know how she didn't hear him. I have no idea. So guessing it wasn't a soundproof. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to play devil's advocate. I don't know all the specifics. I don't think it was soundproof either. There is no way she didn't hear. So guessing they knew it wasn't self-deleting very quickly. The EMTs didn't get to her first. Well, I think they had their suspicions because she ended up going to Bellevue. Remember that? So I would say that they had their suspicions as to what had happened, which is why she had to be adamant and say, hey, this wasn't a self-deleting episode. This was a legitimate, she made that clear. So they clearly were there for self-deleting. Everything looked like it was self-deleting until she had told them otherwise, which is why the arrest happened. If she didn't say anything contrary, none of that, Majors would not have been arrested. So I have no idea. It's a mess of a crush right now. But so we're gonna go right back into this car crash and watch it unfold. So basically, it's your testimony that the police told you that Mr. Majors told them you had an argument in the car. Yeah, I believe they made it. I believe that they made it aware that he was commenting on the argument in the car, and they did this while you were in the closet, right? Yeah, either in the closet or on the way. I started getting worried, and they said he had been arrested. I started worrying about him, and I wouldn't be able to tell you. As I said, I was tired and overwhelmed, but the conversation came up. They said, well, he did say as well, things like that. I'll be honest, when 1 second. Okay, so Ms. Jabbari, at 5:56, while you're still at Bellevue, you text your friend Holly and you say, I sent him a message before we spoke. Like, I can't believe you've done this. Goodbye. Wait. Let me start from again. Let me start again because that was a horrible reading there. Sorry about that. Okay, Ms. Jabbari, at 5:56, while you're still at Bellevue, you text your friend Holly and you say, I sent him a message before we spoke. like, I can't believe you've done this. Goodbye. And then he couldn't get in the room. So I guess he thought I was dead. I don't know. Is that right? Yes. And you testified on direct this morning that the note you left, sorry, that text you sent him, there is no note, just you knowing, was not a reference to suicide, correct? Yes. Correct. Yes. Sorry. Miss Jabbari, isn't it a fact that the text that text you sent him is a specific reference to something that happened in your life? This is if this is no. Isn't it true when your teenager, your boyfriend committed suicide and left you, objection, relevance, sustained, witness left? Okay, so that's the context. So, all right. So if that's the context in regards to, because a lot of people took issue to this with prayer bringing this up, sidebar. With prayer bringing this up, a lot of people, I remember the timeline was inflamed. People took issue with this, but now it makes sense. Now it makes sense, because if this is, I mean, she would bring it up. It probably wasn't relevant to the entire proceedings, but if she was doing that in reference, if this is how the boyfriend took himself out and she's referencing as Jonathan, it would make sense why she, let me see what unfolds. Let me see what unfolds. So let me read this chat quickly. Wait, she said in the prior argument around, she said in prior argument around bathroom, closet, bedroom area, she could hear him during the time. I have no idea anymore, man. I'm trying to follow as well, man. I can't follow this. I can't follow this cross exam. I'm being honest with you. I'm trying my best to follow, but she's saying, from what I gather, she's basically saying that that the majors had told the police, and then the police came to her, and then she just regurgitated what they said because majors told them. So basically, what she's saying was she never told them anything. They went to majors told them everything. They came back and said, "Oh, did you guys have a fight?" This and then and all she was doing was basically saying, "Yeah." That's basically what's going on here, which is absurd because we know that's not true. The Officer Swain basically said as much. It's not true. But anyway, I'm gonna go back to the reading. So he says, so the witness are left exactly as Danny has said. Again, Danny. uh, but yeah, witness entering. Ms. Jabbari, we're going to move on to a different subject. Thank you. You're going to go into the refreshing recollection now. Yes. Okay. So that was the judge speaking. Ms. Jabbari, previously we were queuing up to this to refresh your recollection. Yes. Officer, may I please hand you, if you would please listen to 30 seconds and let us know. Just refresh you. And the judge said, just refresh her recollection as to the question. Just ask her the question again. Yes. The question was, when the police asked you your name, you were not able to tell them your name. Right. And you responded that you couldn't recall. So what we're going to do is show you a video that we are going to ask you to listen to where it's queued up and ask if that refreshes your recollection. That was a judge to Grace, and Grace responds with, "Okay, yes." Does that refresh your recollection? Ask Priya. Grace answers, "Yeah, it does. Yes." Priya asks, "And isn't it true, Ms. Jabbari, when the police?" So first of all, looking at that, and I think the people stipulated that that's 11:20 in the morning. Correct? Correct. Yes. And isn't it true that at 11:20, when the police entered and asked you what your name was, you were not able to answer? I did not answer no. Jonathan answered instead. You did not answer correct. I did not answer no. And isn't it, should we take that back? What would you like? Why don't we just they just interject saying, why don't we just in case, why don't we just leave it with Ms. Jabbari or on the side there in case there is more? So it's just housekeeping on the headphones, etc. Priya goes on to say, isn't it also true that the police asked if isn't it also true that the police asked, can you hear me? Yes, I think so. And isn't it true that you didn't answer that question either? Yeah, I was more just trying to work out what was going on. Yeah. Right. Okay. And the first thing you actually said is, I'm so confused right now. Yes. And the officer asked you, you don't know why you're here. Is that right? Yes. And you said, I remember being sick. Yes. And this questioning starts at 11:20. We just established, yes. Right? Yes. Now, Ms. Jabbari, you testified that the first photos you took of your injuries were almost 8 a.m. That's right. Yes, I think so. And you did have two photos, and you did have two phones with you all night, right? All night? Yeah. Previously, I had both phones with me, yes. And you claim that your finger was already swollen while you were at the club. Is that right? Yes. Well, it was red. I couldn't say how swollen it was. It got more swollen, but I could see the discoloration was beginning. Did you testify on direct your finger had begun swelling at the club? Yeah, it began to. It wasn't as swollen as it eventually became over the rest of the night. Had it begun to swell or not at the sorry, yes. So it did swell at the club, is that right? Yeah, like a small amount compared to what eventually became. All right. Just to be clear, yes or no? Was your finger swollen in the club? Yes. Objection also answered. Well, there you go. Yeah. Uh, uh and there and there are times at the club when you were holding both phones, correct? I know. I know that I did try to connect to the internet with both of them. Yeah, when I was getting a taxi. But also when you are at the bar ordering champagne, you had both of your phones out, correct? Possibly, yes. And it's your testimony. And you didn't take a single photo of your fingers, even though you were holding phone with cameras in your hand next to your finger. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. And you had, as we saw on direct, taken a photo of things that you claim Miss May just threw on the ground ones, right? In June, that one from Los Angeles. Yes, I took that photo. Yes. You had also, as we discussed earlier, when we listened to that recording, you are secretly taking you are secretly taking an audio recording, which is going with this. You're secretly taking an audio recording of Mr. Majors, right? Yes. And you said that the reason you had taken that photo from LA was so that you can remember how Mr. Majors was. you how do you not see the trap that she's walking you into? You basically yeah. Grace response, yeah. And the people that you were at the club there, um and the people that you were at the club, there was a birthday party, right? Yes. And they were taking photos at the club, right? I'm sure, yes. And you had your photo taken with the people from the birthday party, right? With two people that helped me, Chloe and Shams, right? Yes. And I want to look at the photos of your ear that you took at 8 a.m. And that would be, Your Honor, even though they have entered into through the people, is it okay we use our own so we could put it up there? Are they exact? Just use what's in evidence. Your Honor, these I don't know. I don't think they have put in yet, but they haven't given me a copy of the ones they put in. It's hard for me to know whether they use this exact ones. Are you referring to the photos that are in evidence? No, some are, but some aren't. And because they haven't given me copies of what they put in evidence as the exhibit number, it's hard for me to know whether. So this is what sidebar. So this is what Danny was referring to in regards to the prosecution giving the defense a whole stack of documents without really having anything in evidence. This is what they're talking about. that a lot of duplicates and copies were given to them, but it wasn't really material to what they were even saying on the motions, etc. This was it. So that's what they're basically conferring to right now. The line of questioning that Priya is basically leading Grace down with is basically trying to establish that this girl has a habit of record taking, but for an injury she saw swelling. It began swelling at the club. She saw this, right? She saw this, and she didn't take a picture to document it. But we know she done it when she was not when she was, would say, intoxicated. You know, as Jonathan said it in the audio, she was cognizant enough to take a picture there. So even if you were intoxicated on this one or not, you take an audio. So even if you were intoxicated on this occasion, where's the picture? At least document that. So I'm gonna go straight to the chat. So Dove says mind games, of course. Winter, hey Winter, welcome back to the chat. Thank you so much for joining us. She never gets a straight answer. No, she does not. Winter has a sus. So Dove, I think it was Katt who says she has panic paragraphs. I think that's a different conversation. I'm not too sure. Winter says, why didn't receive copies of the evidence? I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know what was going on behind the background because I can't see the motions. Then they have not. I believe they are public, but you have to request them. According to most lawyers that I've spoken to, New York is the most opaque systems there is because it's very hard to get details of the transcripts. It's not like places like Virginia where it's just log online and it's uploaded there for you, etc. Or Florida, for example, where it's transparent over there. So getting these documents to see what was going on pre-trial motions and also the nature of the case as well, is behind a massive red tape. I'm not sure if I'm using the right terminology there, but that's what I'm trying to say. Is basically it's going to be very hard to basically obtain the proper copies of this. The only reason why we even have this is because the court reporter was actually there to do all this. But if she wasn't there for the hearings, tough. You know, it's going to be hard. The prosecution was slick and the judge wasn't helping. Yeah. Legal paperwork games to slow down, to solve it. Yeah, I think they were trying to, because they were trying to like discredit their own witness, which was the driver, which makes no sense. It's your own witness, but they were even trying to discredit him before the trial even started. So I'm not sure of the stats. Where hello Winter. Hey, Winter. But yeah, I'm gonna go back to the reading now. So make sure that you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that like button. Get us up so that we can be best friends with the algorithm. So what are you going to ask? Says the witness about what photos are not in evidence. That's what the judge says to Priya. Priya responds, there are some I'm about to try put into evidence. Go ahead, give it a shot. Says the judge, and Priya turns to Grace Jabbari, asks Ms. Jabbari, you took a number of photos of your ear around 8 in the morning from the apartment, correct? Correct, yes. And you testified that you did this by pulling your ear back so that you could get a photo, right? Yeah, I was trying to see what has happened. And you turned over 3 photos of your ear to the district attorney's office in early April, correct? Correct, yes. I'm handing you what's been marked for identification as defense exhibit 110, 111, and 112. Yep, it's all in. Ms. Jabbari, have you reviewed what's been marked for identification? First of all, with no objection, I offer what's been marked for identification as defense exhibits 110 to 112. No objection from people, no judge. All moved in. All right, let's move on. Judge says, and your assistant displayed display for the jury. Yep, seen the pictures. Yep, blah 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 blah. All moved on. Let's go. Ms. Jabbari, this is what's in evidence exhibit 110. Can you see that? Yes, that's a photo of your ear that you took. Correct, yes. And you took that around 8:15 on March 25th, correct? Yes, I guess so. You took them around the time that you were sending them to Miss Blakey, correct? Yeah, I believe I took them before the phone call, if that's my memory, and then I sent them to her whilst I was on the phone with her. 1 second, let me just quickly do something with the chat. Not sure if I can. Yes, okay. I do have these emojis. I just want to do a quick sidebar quickly. The emojis that I've displayed on here, that is the deep dive agent that you see on your screens now. That is the ketchup bottle, and that is the Heinz truth bomb. So if you become a member of the channel, you get to access to these emojis for as little as 99 pence. I just thought I'd make that little plug because I do find these pictures pretty cool. But yeah, the ketchup bottle is the bottle of sweetness. I really love that picture. Anyway, back to the transcript reading. Shameless plug. Over. I just wanted to see if that works. But yeah, more custom images are coming once we get more members. More members. But yeah, thank you so much, everyone that are members so far. Right. So, and you can become a member too. Just saying. So right, where was we? So it says, yeah, yeah, I believe I took them before the phone call. That's my memory, and then I sent them to her whilst I was on the phone call with her. And can we please, Exhibit 11, 1111? This is also a photo of your ear that you took morning. Yes. Look, we've been through the pictures of her ear before. Let me just quickly, I mean, before you've been through here, but it's already, we've already seen it. The different angles that they have here, I don't think has been released to the press. So we only have one version, which is the one that she had taken. So yeah, so that's the only version that we have. I'm trying to track down the other versions. 1 second. I'm trying to track down okay, 1 second. Yeah, I think it should be here. Share this tab instead. I think, yeah, this was Elon Rispoli's testimony. Yeah, this is the ear in reference. I think this is just one of the exhibits. Like I said, there are no more, because I can go straight to this, and that's all we have. Because definitely Victoria Bekimpis, who I believe was a really good reporter in regards to this, would have had a lot more exhibits if it was available to them. So anyway, we're moving on. But again, this is defense exhibits, not really prosecution exhibits, because prosecution evidence is what was given. Defense, I'm waiting for them to release their evidence. Anyway, moving on. And defense exhibit 112, is that also a photo of your ear that you took that morning? Yes. And Ms. Jabbari, let us know if you need us to go back through these. But 112, defense exhibit 112, you could see dry blood on your ear. Is that right? Yeah. Back to 111 and exhibit 111, you could see dry blood, right? Yes. And do you recall, without seeing it, whether you could on 110 also? We'll just show it to you. Yeah. And there is dry blood on that. Yes, correct. And Ms. Jabbari, just to be clear, that is your right ear photograph, correct? Yeah. I wonder where she's going with this. And in that photo, that is the same ear that was injured that night, correct? Yes, that's the injury. By stipulation, defense is entering exhibit one. What do you have? And as to 106, any objections? No objections. Moved on, please. Which published to the jury. Ms. Jabbari, this is a photo of your ear taken after after 11 by the police officer, correct? I believe so, yes. And there's no dry blood on your ear at 11, is there? Not that I can see. It looks like it. Come on! It looks like it closed up. 11 minutes, guys. What closed up that quickly? So 8 to 10. What? She took the photos at 8 o'clock. 10 o'clock closed up? What are you, Wolverine? Sidebar. No way. I'm sorry. Like, no. Nah. Okay, back. I'm not gonna sidebar. Let me just move on. And when did you clean your ear? I don't believe I did. Just say you did. Liars. Oh my gosh. Like, I don't know. I don't know who advised her, but she had some good advice. If she's told to just say things like this and this and that, it would throw the jury off, because I'm thinking, well, she can't be lying. It's innocuous. It seems, I'm trying to say, like, it just anyway. You don't believe that between 8, when we saw the events, there's a 110, 1112, and 1111, and 11 a.m. when we see your ear without dry blood, you're not the one who cleaned your ear. I remember getting blood out of my hair and trying to get it all the way from there, probably after I was on the phone to Holly and things like that, but it was painful. I didn't get like alcohol clean or anything. If we could please go back to 110. Yeah, to be quite fair though, she was taken to hospital. If she did all these things, it would have been definitely in the it would have been reflected in the record. So she had to tell the truth regardless. So yeah. And I think the jury may have taken to that a lot more easier if it was someone else. That's what I think personally. So these are the earrings that you were wearing that night, correct? Yes. You didn't change your jewelry before you took the picture, did you? I don't think so. No, there's no puncture near the side of your head where the earring is there, which is true, because if you had a blow, there should be a puncture. No, and there wasn't that night. And there wasn't that night, was there? A puncture? A puncture, right. You have an earring with a post-it in it, correct? Yes. And there's no puncture on the soft part behind your ear. No. In that photo? No. And if we could please look at 111. This is one of the photos you took at 8 a.m. There's no swelling in this photograph, is there? I don't know. I'm putting quite forward, I guess. Let me show you the photograph once more for just for reference. Again, I'm looking for swelling. I can see blood, dry blood, but I'm looking for swelling. I still come. I'm still thrown. This girl said he closed up. He must have closed up. Wow. I don't know how you're on jury and you listen to all this and be like, yeah, Jonathan calls that. Okay. You have them in front of you. If you want to flip through these, through the sea, I could see it. Okay. And you could look at the ones in front of you if you would like, but the pictures you took at 8 a.m., which is defense exhibit 110, 111, and 112, there are no bruises in any of these photos to your ear, are there? I have that one. Yeah. No, they are not very clear photos, but it's, I think the darkness is the blood around it. Yes. Can we look at 113 if we can zoom in, please? This again is a photo that you took around 8 a.m., correct? Yes. And this is your left hand holding your right ear. Is that in this photo, right? Yeah, I believe so. Probably. And do you see the dirt under your fingernails in this photo? Yeah, I do. Let me just go back to that photo. Oh my God, oh God, nasty. Let me just 1 second. Nasty. God. All right. Your Honor, so it says, Your Honor, we have marked as defense exhibit 103 already in evidence as people's exhibit 17. If we could just show it on there. You've looked at it, you have no objection, just show it to people, etc. No objections. Moving on. If you could, these are photos taken by the officer at by the officer after 11. Ms. Jabbari, sorry. Could you repeat the question? These are photos taken by the officer after 11 a.m. I believe so, yes. If you could please zoom in on Ms. Jabbari's left hand in this photo. In this photo taken after 11, the dirt has been cleaned from under your 11. I haven't seen that. The dirt has been cleaned from under your fingernails, correct? I think the dirt was most likely from blood, from what I was trying to discover what the pain was. So I imagine I washed a bit of blood off. So did my nails get okay? That's very convenient, by the way, because not only could your fingernail cause that injury, but now she's also not wrong by saying that as she was trying to do all this, that blood may have also stuck from doing all that rummaging. You're saying, imagine, do you recall washing the dirt from your fingernails? No, I didn't like specifically clean my nails. But it's your testimony that the blood would have gotten under your fingernails from the blood in your ear. Is that right? In the picture you pointed out with their nails, I would assume that was from fiddling with the injury. You're saying you would assume, but do you know what that dirt is from? No, I couldn't. And when you were discussing your injuries with the medics, did you tell them at any point that you already cleaned your ear? No. And did you tell the police that you already found these injuries on yourself? No. And did you told Holly Blakey though? Oh, for fuck's sake. Anyway, sorry guys, I'm just pissed off today. And did you tell the people, the doctors at Bellevue, that you had already treated your injuries? I didn't treat my injuries. When you say you cleaned your ear, what exactly did you? I wanted to clean my hair because it was, I guess, stuck to it. So I was pulling it off. It would wash, obviously. I definitely put water, but I didn't like magically clean anything, medically clean anything. The coaching. When did you do that? It was whilst after, maybe after I spoke to Holly before I fell asleep again on the bed. And you say that you do remember doing it. Yeah, I remember doing that. What time did you do it? As I said, after I had spoken to Holly when I was going, saying I'm locking the door because I needed no sleep. You said you talked to Holly a few times. So which time was it? One of the times when we were on the phone. Do you know which time? No, maybe after the first time. And where did you clean your ear? In the bathroom, excuse me, in the bedroom. In the same bedroom that you were in when you woke up and say that there was blood on the pillow. Is that right? Yeah, that bed. That was the only bed I ever slept in, and the bedroom is adjoining there and 5 steps away. What did you use to clean your ear? I cleaned my hair, as I said, with water. Just water? Yes. Did you use anything else? No. Ms. Jabbari, you've seen a lot of videos of yourself at the club, right? No, not a lot. No. Have you seen any? I've seen some. I've seen some. Yes, once you posted. Objection. It's the truth. The answer I've seen the ones you posted. Again, Danny. Oh my days. Oh Lord. Those are actually videos of you at Lucy's, correct? Yeah, correct. You do not dispute that is you in those videos. I do not dispute that. And Ms. Jabbari, the people showed you a video without sound of yourself at 129 Lafayette, right? That's the corner. Yeah. Yes. Yes. And in that photo, you can see, I think you testified about this, that you were brushing your hair behind your right ear, correct? Correct. And you are doing that with your fingers on your right hand, correct? Yes. And in fact, in the videos between 12:41 and 3:30 a.m. In the morning, you are frequently brushing the hair behind your right ear back with your right hand, correct? Yes. And your nails were exactly that condition that night, correct? I don't know. Objection, if she knows. I don't know, to be honest with you. In what condition? In the condition of those, the judge was the one that was asking in what condition Priya answers, in the condition of those photos taken at 11 in the morning, correct? That photo is what Grace Jabbari responds to Priya's question. Is that yes, yes. And the photos you took yourself at 8 in the morning had your fingernails in them, right? Yes. And those were in the same condition that your nails were in the club, right? I don't know. Did you cut your nails when you came home? No. Did you alter your nails in any way when you came home? No. So the condition of so the condition your nails were in when you were at the club would be the same as when you took photos at 8 a.m., right? Oxen answered, you could answer that. Well, I think if I was touching blood, they could have got to my nails. So that would have helped a bit, but I wasn't aware of that. I wasn't focusing on that at that moment. All right. You said if you were touching blood. Miss Jabbari, did you ever notice any blood in your fingernails while you were at the club? This is key. I can see why she went here. This is key. So she says no. Did you notice any blood in your fingernails when you came home? No. And you took a number. Did you clean any blood out of your fingernails of your right hand when you came home? No, I did wash my face, so I don't know what with my hands. But the specific question is, did you clean under your fingernails, under the fingernails of your right hand when you came home? No. And did the police, when they arrived, clean the blood from under your fingernails when they came home when you came home? No. Did the medics do that? No, I don't recall that. Did anyone above you clean blood from under your fingernails on your right hand? I don't think so. So there was a sidebar for a second. What this is showing was there was blood found. That was apparent. It's now apparent that the blood from the ear as she was playing with the hair, etc. She did not notice any blood. What Priya has done is walked her into a corner. To the best of my interpretation, she's walked down into such a corner that if she had said yes to any of these questions, then it's reasonable to infer that then she must have tried to get rid of this evidence, by washing it off. So she didn't notice anything at the club, which also puts her in a bind that, well, Jonathan could not have caused those injuries because it would have been immediate. But for it to tear up in the house, well, Priya has pretty much covered all those bases to suggest anything like that. I'm gonna go to the chat. Winter says, "What? Yeah, this must have been in reference to closing up at 11 a.m., which is absurd to me. I'm not gonna lie. She had clean the nails too. I haven't seen pictures of this, so if you have a link that could show the pictures, Solo Dove, please put it in the chat. And also, if you're watching this right now, fast forward your stream, and because I'm recapping right now, so you would be up to date, so to speak. I'll spend a few more minutes on this. Winter says, but she claims a hit to the back of the head caused the injury to the ear. I'm still trying to figure that part out. Yes, exactly. That's what Priya has masterfully done here. She has shown that one of her claims is just not credible, which I think why everyone actually believes that this is why I think everyone believes that the ear part of her testimony was not caused by Jonathan. Like, but they believe some of the part was. I just think that they just looked at the head thing as she was going back into the door. They just looked at that as, okay, he's guilty of that, or the neck thing that she volunteered later on. Any one of those would do. I don't think they believe her on the finger or the ear. In my opinion, the doctor didn't find evidence of trauma to the back of her head. Yep, that's true. That was Dr. Xiang. So I guess all the media, guess all this made the jury not conclude. Yep. All of this it shows that. So Dove, with an injured hand, you would know if you cleaned your nails. Yep, absolutely. It would be stinging you. Like, it would be stinging. Oh, can't remember whose stream I saw them. Okay, so I'm gonna go before I go back. I go back into reading a transcript. Make sure that you check out the channel for more and more content. We have a lot of interviews on there, as well as other deep dives and analysis. You can also check out the live streams that we do. We do a lot. Two guys and a girl, you name it, we got it, and they're all neat in a neat little package in that playlist. So go and check that out. Make sure you check out drheinz.info, and of course, like this stream, share this with on your socials everywhere, blow it up so that the algorithm can fall in love with us. And don't forget, goes without saying, to subscribe to the channel. Also consider becoming a member. You can support the channel that way as well. You can also support by sending super chats to the value that you feel is proportionate, whether it be one pence, £1, or £1,000,000. I have no, or dollars, whichever one, whatever country you're in. Any help would be appreciated, and I'll be ever so grateful. Thank you so much for tuning in today and being part of this live stream. You can also become a member of the channel and get use of the emojis that I was showing earlier on the screen. It's for as little as 99 pence. Very not much, and you get access to these images and much more. As we get more members, we are allowed to give more images, as well as custom icons as well. That is the Condiment Island. But if you want to upgrade your membership, you can, and you can see bonus content that is available off YouTube. That this is extra content in the Heinz Hall, meaning my auditorium or my little cinema, where you get to access bonus content that you don't get on my YouTube channel. But it's available elsewhere, so you get to access them here on YouTube. So maybe so perhaps consider becoming a member and supporting the channel and get extra perks. Thank you so much for listening to that little ad. I'm gonna start saying ad time so that you guys know when that's coming. But yeah, thank you for listening. I'm glad you guys didn't switch out. You didn't switch out, did you? All right, let's go back into the transcript reading. So they published exhibit 118 again. I cannot says Miss Jabbari, defense one exhibit 118 is a photo you took of yourself in that morning, correct? And that's a photo of you laying in bed, correct? Yes. And in that photo, there's, first of all, there's no blood visible on the pillow. It's there, not that I can see. If you could please zoom in on the fingernails. Can the jury see that? Your Honor, can you see that? Yes. Everyone sees it. Miss Jabbari, there's no blood on your fingernails in that photo, is there? Not that I could see. Let me go back to that. I'm trying to see. Is this the one? This is probably the one. I think. No, it's not here. I think this is the photo. I'm trying to find the photo. It should be here. It should be the one that she has the finger on, because I did not know his fingernails, the fingernails. But if it is the fingernails here, the fingernails. Where is it? It's not here. I don't think I have it. Okay. Nope, not here. Nope, not here. Nope, it's not here. All right, so I don't think I have it here. Should be either this one, should be this one. All of these were written at night, by the way. So I was up to like XYZ. Ugh. But yeah, so nope, I don't have the pictures of the finger. So actually, wait, what am I saying? Oh, it's just in a different folder. My bad. 1 second, guys. I've got it here. Don't worry. She didn't take the picture. Yeah, this is the picture. This is likely the reference that Priya is referring. No, don't do this. No, don't do this. Damn it. All right. I'm gonna do it anyway. 1 second. Bear with me, guys. Let me just open up with photos. Let me see if I can share it, because it is a massive contrast. I'm sharing it now. 1 second, guys. Let me go to this. Okay, I'm not sure if you can see that. Right. So yeah, you can see the contrast. It's clean. So I'm zooming in. You can see that it's very, very clean. And this is well, as it's posited here, this would be when she was messaging Holly Blakey. So this is bad. Uh, but anyway, moving back on to I'm gonna move back on to the transcript now and just read on. So so it says not that accuracy. And that's one of the photographs that you did not turn over until the weekend, correct? That is correct. If we could please put up defense exhibit 109, zoom in a bit more. And this is photograph you took a finger and sent to Oliver at 8:13, right? I took a few of the same, I think, but that one looked like potentially that one I sent to Holly Blake. I sent to Holly, yes. There's no blood under your right fingernails in this photo. That's the one I just showed you. As you could see back then as well, there was absolutely no blood on her fingernails that could be seen, which again has strikes up a lot of questions, because then what on earth are we doing here? It's weird. I just say it. It's just weird, because yeah. One second. Let me just quickly just trying to. Oh gosh, I lost my screen. Just trying to get it back up. Right. All right. Okay. So okay, moving on. Correct. And if you look at the fingernail on your right middle finger at the top, you could see that there is a light mark under the white part of your fingernail. Can you see that? What are we looking at? Yes, I see that. That's from your fingernail being pulled back, correct? No. What is that mark from? It's because I usually have like a shellac or something like that, like a nail thing. So when I take it off, they get very weak and brittle. The mark is not any of your fingernails, is it? No. All right. Let me just share this with the you X crew, X pack. X gonna give it to you. So let me just share with them. Okay, all done. You're sharing the stream as well. Follow my lead. Follow the leader. Follow the lead. Gosh, oh my gosh, I'm so random. Moving on. And it's not present in any of other photos of your fingers from either of your hands, is it? I don't know that. I could just see it there. Do you want me to have a look? This is strange, because what Priya has established is you have one photo with the fingernails that that's got blood under it and dirt, etc., and you have photos that doesn't. What I'm guessing she's trying to establish is these photos could not have been taken. Uh, I don't know, man. Her injuries is just not as legitimate as she is positing. I have no idea. I have no idea. I have no idea. I'm gonna let me see what comes out of this. I don't know. I could just yeah, okay. So yes, do I have them all? I think one of three, both of your hands are in it. Do you have it? No, I do not think so. Cool. So they move on. I mean, the photos I want to say aren't clear enough to see that. I don't know. I don't want to not. Okay. I'm adding you People's Exhibit 17. It's probably clearer version for you. People's 17 showing to the witness. I could see it. You could see. The question is, can I see it on another photo? No, the question is, you just testified that that mark on your fingernail is because you apply shellac to your nails. Is that correct? Well, as in, I have weak nails after I've had nails on. Ladies, what is shellac? Please put me on my misery, because I'm struggling here. Sidebar, I'm struggling here. Ladies, please, what is shellac? Of of uh of the Verity article shows cleaner nails. Sorry, sorry. Okay, of the Variety article shows clean nails. A hand up, you can see nails and rings. So that says, think they were police pictures. Oh, let me get the police pictures up then for this ones, because I do have those as well. Uh wait, no I don't. No I don't. No I don't. Yeah, I do not have them. All I have is Grace messages to Holly. Oh wow, okay. I just noticed something. I will put it back up so that so that you can see after I finish reading the chat. So that says, look at that jagged little nail." Winter says it shows that they were taken at two different times. Yes, yeah, but they were also sent to Holly, so you it's hard to it's hard to if she's trying to connect that she has the ability to manipulate these pictures, because not all pictures were sent to Holly. This one I have here, for example, these were sent to Holly, and you can see the thing. So right. So, but again, look at outside. It's early morning, so it's 8 o'clock. It should be 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. So unless they have the mayor there for this, but it says here 12:14, so that would be 8 o'clock, 8:14 or something like that. So if she's sending these photos over, then it's safe to say that cannot have closed up, because look at that. That's a massive tear, by the way. That's a massive tear compared to. Damn it, I closed it down too quickly. That's a massive tear compared to what they. Let me get the police one up. This is what the police got at. This is what the police got at. That's a massive difference. What do you mean closed up? What kind of what kind of reptilian are you? So you see what I mean? Like that tear, that's a tear, by the way. And then you look at the picture here. That's so weird. She really wanted me. Nah, boy. Unless you edited that. Nah, boy. Do you think it's makeup? I see why people are saying makeup now. But then again, I'll give it. I'll still give it a benefit of the doubt. No one is that proficient in making in doing makeup just like that quickly. I don't see it personally, but it's a massive departure. Like what the police sees here and what we see here to Holly is mad. It's mad. Metadata is important, but it still wouldn't explain this massive gap here and what we're seeing here with this. It still wouldn't. Mayday can't explain that. I'm sorry, it can't explain that unless it's 7 days apart. Then maybe, but 2 hours. I've never seen anything close that quickly. I'm sorry, I just haven't seen anything close that quickly. All right, let me go back into the transcript reading. Goes and say, well, I have weak fingernails, etc., but that same white mark is not present on any of your finger or other fingernails. Is that right? No, not that same mark. Miss Jabbari, according to you, your ear was bleeding from an injury by 12:41 a.m. Correct? Yes, I believe that. Yes, and you did not notice any blood until according to you, you woke up. That is that right? Yes, that's true. Yes, and you did not see any blood in your hair for the 8 hours between 12:41 and when you took these photographs, almost 8 hours around 8 a.m. Is that right? That's correct. Yes. Nor did you have, nor did you experience your hair being stuck in your ear between 12:41 and when you woke up to find your hair stuck in to your hair. Is that right? Yes, I did not notice it until I woke up. And in fact, throughout the night, you brush your hair behind your right ear, correct? Yes. And according to you, you woke up and your hair was stuck to your ear and you didn't photograph that. Is that right? I didn't photograph the hair being stuck to my ear. Correct. That's correct. When you came home and undressed, you were wearing a white and green blouse, correct? That's right. That's what I was wearing before I undressed. Yes. Right. And there was no blood on the shirt. Correct? That's true. If you're taking off your dress, you something should be on there. Something. Not saying it's always, but it could leave some residue. I didn't look for blood, so I believe no, but I didn't look. You never looked? I never looked. Did you wash that shirt? No. Where is that shirt? I don't know. Do you remember what you did with it? I didn't pack it with me to leave. So do you remember after withdrawn? We'll get to that later. Miss Jabari, did you wash the pillowcases before the police arrived? No. So the condition of the pillowcases when the police arrived was the same condition in which you had woken up in the bed. In the bed, is that right? Yes. And you have reviewed the body worn footage, correct? Part of it. Did you see any blood on the pillow? I didn't. I don't believe I was shown a part where they were inspecting the pillows. I just want to confirm, Ms. Jabari, you never saw blood on your shirt, right? Correct. Miss Charger, you can take that down. Thank you. I just want to confirm one thing about what happened in the car. You testified in this courtroom that the altercation lasted 2 minutes. Is that correct? Yes, I said I wasn't so sure of the exact timing, but I could imagine it was about 2 minutes. As I said, it felt fast, and the timing was interchangeable in my mind. Do you know how long it took? No. Could it have been longer than 2 minutes? Yes. Could it have been less than 2 minutes? I don't believe it could have been that much less, the whole altercation. Yes. Yeah, no, I don't believe it would have been less than 2 minutes. And you testified in this courtroom that you were in excruciating pain during this altercation. Is that right? Yes, I was in excruciating pain. And that you also testified that you were quiet during the altercation. Is that right? I believe so. I said when I was speaking and when I wasn't. I'm sorry. I didn't understand your answer. Like I said, when I was being vocal and when then at times I wasn't. Miss Jabari, were you screaming when you were in excruciating pain? No. Can you describe what, if any, noises you made while you were in excruciating pain? Just kind of just taking it. So is that a noise? No. Just letting it happen in a way. I learned not to fight back. Oh my god. Is it your move to strike, Your Honor? No, that's overruled. Okay, they overruled this one. Ms. Jabari, is it your testimony that you made no noise while you were in excruciating pain? Yes or no? Yeah, I would say so. If I have to say yes or no. Oh my god. This is the worst cell ever. I'm not gonna lie. No wonder why they didn't go for intentional. This, if you want to know, this entire episode happened in a car with a driver. Is that right? Yes, except when he slammed me against the door. That was outside the door. He didn't slam you against the door. He did not slam you, Sidebar. He did not slam you against the door. There was no CCTV of this. Slammed you against the door. There was lifting. That's the strangest part. The one thing that's on CCTV, all these things that she's testifying to right here, slamming against the door, outside the car door, etc. Those are all on CCTV. I don't know why the prosecution did, I've caught some parts, etc. I don't know what they could have objected to have actually removed the relevance of that, etc. Maybe it was because of the lack of self-defense plea. Maybe that's why they couldn't show her going after him and how she got out of the car. But the point I'm trying to make is, it doesn't make sense when he says he slammed me against the door outside the car, but she doesn't mention being lifted up. She doesn't mention we read through this. She doesn't mention anything like that. So I'm like, are you sure your memory is actually accurate as to what you're describing? Because nothing is shown here. Let me just read the chat quickly before I go back into reading the rest of the transcripts. Gerald Nels, Winter says she may have scratched herself and wanted to wash the blood off, and from under her fingernails it made it appear she had nothing to do with it. Yeah, I don't know why she wouldn't just testify to that, to be honest. Because I don't know. It doesn't harm her in any way. She's not the one on trial. So, but maybe I can only guess it could be so that it doesn't open a door to allow Jonathan's defense to come in or Jonathan's evidence to come in. Because if she says, well, I was washing fingernails, then it opens the door to the question, well, wait, you just certified that you didn't have blood on your fingernails all through. Where did you get this blood from? Then it opens the door for Jonathan's, injuries to come in. So maybe she was maybe she was cognizant of that and just went blanked it out, because it's a simple, like, she didn't have to do this. There's pictures that shows her hands are clean. So how did they get clean? And yet there's one picture of it being dirty. Like, come on, So Solodov, the only thing that you would need murder for, going back to this, going back to what you said earlier, it would be important to see murder, because if it was dirty before, sorry, afterwards, after the clean version, then that's sus. That's sus to me, because if it was dirty then clean, it shows that it was cleaned and deliberately clean. But if it was dirty, but again, they won't allow murder in this, because again, it's not relevant to the case, because it's not about her fingernails, it's about how she got injured. So yeah, it's annoying. I think she did this to herself. I agree with Solo on this one. Oh, Laura B, Forza Juve. I'll always say that. Hey Laura, welcome to the chat. Wonder Woman says, hey Wonder Woman, welcome back. How are you doing tonight? Well, tonight in the UK is evening for you guys over there in the stateside. If you are stateside, morning in the other side of the world, down under, in Australia. So yeah, well, welcome to the chat wherever you are. She's just making yes, I agree. You missed earlier where she said that her ears closed up from 8 to 11. So yeah. So that feels no pain, heals fast. She's a vampire. She's more than a vampire. What she is Wolverine. Winter says, wait, she was in excruciating pain during the altercation, but later says she was able to use her broken finger all night because she was a dancer with high pain tolerance. Bro. Bro. I mean, to be honest, that's why she had to say that she didn't scream, because she knows that she testified to her having a high pain tolerance. But how could you be? I'm sorry. Okay, but she's saying I'm used to it. I'm always used to not. I'm sorry. Shut up, man. Shut up. When a woman says a high tolerance for pain is not enough excuse, I'm sorry. I know I fell for that, but the jury did, I guess. Yeah, the jury absolutely did. Hey, and this one, yeah, I mean, the adrenaline and lots of alcohol can do that as well, numb the pain to the next day, I guess. Oh yeah, and it hit her like a ton of bricks. To be quite fair, that is actually plausible, but she didn't admit to drinking. So I'm confused. If she admitted to drinking, everything would make sense. Why her sides were hurting, why everything was hurting. It would make sense. Anyway, before I go back onto the chat, like the stream. If you're enjoying yourself, Wonder Woman, hey, if you're enjoying yourself, and you're liking what we're doing, help us out with the algorithm. Help us become best friends with the algorithm. Like the stream, share the stream, and of course, it goes without saying, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We have loads of videos, deep dives, interviews on the channel being released as well. Go check them out. We've covered a lot of cases. Also, check out the previous live stream replay crew. This one's for you. And also check out the playlist that is all set out. If you want to bench watch, don't forget to also check out drheinz.info. It's right there on your screens. And it goes without saying, consider becoming a member for the to be able to use custom made emojis made just for the members of the channel. So one second, let me just adjust this. There we go. Oh gosh. Oh god. Oh lord. Oh gosh. It's gonna take me a while to get acquainted with this new layout. But yeah, I'm gonna go back into the stream now. Thank you so much, everyone, for being patient with me as I'm getting used to all of this again, having a different way of doing things. But yeah, so it's all for the viewing experience. Anyway, it says he slammed the door against you. So we're right back into reading the transcript, not long to finish off the day. It says yes. So going back here, says this entire episode happened in a car with the driver. Is that right? Yes, except for when he slammed me against the door that was outside the car. He slammed you against the door. When he threw me back into a car. Sorry, did you say he slammed you against the door? Well, the roof of the door. He slammed you against the roof of the door frame. Is that the right word? It's your testimony that Mr. Major slammed you against the door frame. Yeah, from the video you could see it. I'm asking about your testimony, not the video. Is it your testimony that Mr. Majors slammed you against the door slammed you against the door from the SUV? Yeah. What part of you did he slam against the door? My head hit as he was pushing me back in the car. What part of your head hit? The back of my head. The back of your head? Yes. Can you explain how that happened? He lifted me up and kind of threw. Okay. I'm glad we got it. So because she finally said it. Anyway, he lifted me up and kind of threw me in kind of threw me in the back of the car, and my head hit on the door frame. Is it your testimony that Mr. May just picked you up facing you, so you were face to face? Were you face to face? We were face to face, yes. So when he put you into the car, he hit your head against the back of your head against the roof of the car. Is that right? Yeah. Can you tell us? Can you tell us point where on your head? I felt it about here. I don't know. Let the record reflect that the witness are pointing to the top of the back of her head, approximately the top of her cranium in the center of her head. Is that correct, Your Honor? It's about center. What prayer did here is masterful. You wanna know why? The ear is now without doubt. She knocked it out. She knocked it out because this is why, sidebar, this is why he was found guilty for the harassment, because that is harassment. Harassment is anything that you do, shove, whatever, but you don't cause injury. That's what harassment is. Everything else requires injury. So the aggravated harassment, that's why she was found not guilty for it, because that the second degree harassment, sorry, that's without injury. The aggravated harassment requires intent, and I don't think it requires injury. I don't think it requires injury. But the other one, which was the intentional assault, requires injury and requires intent, where he was found guilty for the reckless assault. So second degree, not second degree, third degree intentional assault, third degree reckless assault, I believe it was, because second degree is with weapons, etc. So what Priya just did right here is rule the ear out completely, because she's pointing to the ear, to the head here is not possible. So he was definitely found guilty of the harassment, just not aggravated, because aggravated requires intent. And I think that's what Priya was playing for. Just get the harassment on, and that's it. Because if he was found guilty on harassment, it's a lot more simpler. It's a lot easier on the media as well compared to assault. And I think she was trying to play that by getting this in here. But let's go back and see how she performs. And by she, I mean Priya. It's about the center where the ponytail is. The ponytail may move, but for today. So just to give a visual, let me go to my pictures. I think this is the closest. I think this is probably the closest. Yeah, this is probably the closest. So it will be here. It will be here that she was hit. So I'm not sure if you can see it. Make sure you can see my cousin. You see it there. So it'll be here. I don't know. That's the best I can do. I haven't got any picture that would show a ponytail in a much better light. Wow. So moving on, I just want to review. I just want to review with you, Ms. Jabbari. That night, you and Miss Majors were in the car and in the same car all night, correct? Yes. And this altercation in the car happened, and then once the altercation happened, you both got out of the car, correct? Yes. And then at some point, you both got back in the car, correct? Yes. And then you actually get back in the car a third time. Is that right? Yes. And when you, according to you, did Mr. May just twist your hand behind your back? Is it when you were in the car the first time, or when you got in the car the second time, or when you got in the car the third time? I don't like this girl. Do you mean of the whole night? Of course it's the whole night. Oh, I mean, after you saw the messages. Okay, the first time, kind of the same, in the same journey when I saw the messages. So it's your testimony that none of the events that led to your injuries happened the second time you got in a car or the third time you got in a car. Is that right? Yes. There was, yeah. When he pushed me into the car, the second time I can't say whether. So what this is brilliant. So this is brilliant because we only saw we only sidebar. We only saw two events. We saw the majors. That was the third time, the major co-grab. The second time was the lifting. So where's the first time? She just testified that the hand grabbing, all those things happened in the first time. So this is way before the camera was even in play. This is the beauty of this, because the way that Priya cross-examine her should be conclusive, because she said, I'll read it again. Yeah, there was when he pushed me into the car the second time we were in there, I can't say whether or not that caused any bruise in my head. I don't know. On my body, I don't know. What she says. So what she's effectively what Priya has effectively done here is basically say the twisting of the arm, all of those things happened in the first time that they were arguing, etc. All of that before the traffic light. That's all that Priya has established it. Before the traffic light, before the CCTV and all that, all of those things had already happened. The twisting of the arm that she testified to, it did not happen here. It happened back there. And then we now get to the traffic light where we see Majors trying to leave, which happened pretty instantaneously. It creates a bigger picture, which I think she caught on. Good. So now good. So going back to the reading, she really caught on here, and she's like, "Oh, I don't know." Okay, what are you referring to when you say when he pushed me into the car? When we got into the car again, he was sat in the back seat. Is this before or after you met people on the street? During that moment, we had met people on the street. The car pulled up. We got back in eventually. We were talking. When I asked him to see the message again, he got out of. I was in his way, so he pushed me. That's not true. I don't know if that incident caused the bruise. I can't say. That's not true. We already know that's not true, because because he was leaving, she was holding on to his coat. Where does the push happen? He left on the other side. I don't. Anyway, I just want to be clear. You and Mr. Majors get out of the car on the corner of Center and Canal at the first time, right? If where it is, then yes, I don't remember. Of course you don't remember, because it's now messed up your testimony. I don't know how you won. I don't know how the prosecution even won this case, to be honest. And then Mr. May just runs up the sidewalk and you chase him, correct? I follow him, yes. Come on. I follow him, yes. And then Mr. May just what? You did not you did chase him, correct? I don't know if I would use that word, but I followed him. 1 second, guys. Dan making me do this again. Flipping neck. I can't believe I'm gonna play this. 1 second, guys. I should have saw this coming, to be honest. I should have saw this coming. Because everyone's been saying it. Everyone's been saying it. Right, where is it? No, that's body cam. Police. Okay. Nope. All right. Let me just quickly do this. Okay. Let me see if this is following somebody. I'll follow them, because the people that try, like, if you're trying to defend Grace, you would also say, "Oh no, she was referring to this moment." No. This is this moment that she's referring to. This is the moment that she's referring to. Hold up, not this one. This is the moment. She's saying this is follow. This is follow. So she's now downplaying. Priya got under her skin. Is basically Priya got on the scene. This is, if you think it's this moment that she's referring to, no, it's not this moment. It's this moment. Priya got under her skin here because she's saying, "Oh, I followed him," which is not true. Sidewalk, he's running. That's not following. That's chasing. That's chasing. She's on her afterburners. But anyway, were you running? I was running. Yes. So that's chasing. You were running. That's not following then. Following is walking. I've never followed before, so I wouldn't have experience in this department, by the way. I've never followed before. Just thought I'll put it out there because, I mean, following is stalking. Hello, be kind. Be kind. Always be kind. Following is stalking. So I just thought I'll put that clear. I've never followed before. But yeah. So 1 second. Oh, okay. So yeah. I can't believe I can't believe this. This is a bunch of, anyway, moving on. And you're running after him. Yeah. And you're running after him. Yeah. And then you found people on the street. Correct. Exactly. Denying before and then accepting after being grilled. And you spoke to people on the street. Correct. I did. Yes. And then you saw Mr. Majors again. Correct. Yes. And then the car found you and Mr. Majors again. Right. Yes. And then you and Mr. Majors got in the car a second time. Right. Correct. Yes. Priya, why are you doing this to me? So I have to correct. Okay, I need to follow Priya's train of thought here. I wanted to lay this up ASAP because if you got in the car the second time, that means the first time was when we saw right there in traffic. So I need her to correct the first, second, and third time that she posited before. Let me see if she does that. And then you and Mr. Majors got in the car again, right? Yes. And then you and Mr. Majors got in the car the third time. So what she's okay. So what is happening here? The second time that they got in a car was when they were at, I don't know, was it Lafayette or whatever? But when Miss Majors, I think coat ripped up because that was the third time. That was the time because they never got into a car after the third time. The second time was at the traffic. The second time must have been. I'm confused. So, and then you and Majors go in a car a second time, correct? Yes. And then you Majors go in a car again. Yes. And then you and Majors go in a second, third time. All of this is happening unless the second time happens off screen. We don't see her get in the car the second time because I don't see it. I only saw the third time when his coat got ripped. I don't see the first time must have been firmly established now, the traffic lights. Right. Okay. Moving on. Yeah, it was more like him. Everyone was around. So how long were you in the car with Mr. Majors for the with Majors the second time you got in? Not very long. I don't know the exact time. What is your best estimate as to how long you were in the car with Mr. Majors? The second time, a couple of minutes. Yeah, I think so. It was hard to remember. What happened in the car the second time you got into it with Mr. Majors? This is after you found the people. The first, yes. Yeah, we were talking, just saying I was like, why are you running away? What's going on? Like, just show the messages. This is ridiculous. And that's when he got out. Did he touch you at all? Second time? Yes. What happened? Asked and answered. I'm sorry? Yeah, please. The second time. Asked and answered. The second time in the car, correct? The second time in the car, the second translation in the car. Okay. Yes, he pushed me. He pushed you? I'm wearing your boy. Did he push you? I was facing him. He was facing me, and as he tried to leave, he pushed. That's not possible. That's not possible. He was facing you. He faced me. As he was trying to leave, he pushed you. So he's basically like this, bang, and leaves. No, he was on the other side, the passenger side. So he would be like bang, and leaves. That doesn't make sense. Okay. Why this doesn't make sense is she's making it seem like she didn't do anything. So the only way he could push you is if you went for his phone, which we know that you have a propensity to do. Moving on, which seat did you get in the second time you got in the car? I was sat in the same seat. I had been saying the whole time. which was the one directly behind the driver. So it's your testimony that Mr. Majors pushed you. Where on your body did he push you? I believe like my shoulder area, chest, shoulder. Yeah, you went for his phone. Could you touch yourself the way he pushed you, like kind of here? Let the record reflect that the witness is touching her left shoulder. Is that right? Yes. And can you describe the force can you describe the force of the push? It was forcible, yeah, heavy, hard. He was very strong. What was said before he pushed you? He just didn't want to talk about it, like the messages. So I don't know his exact words, but it was just unresponsive to my questioning. Do you remember what questions you asked him? Just I wanted to know who Cleopatra was. I wanted to know how long whatever this thing has been going on for. Who was this girl? Those kind of questions. Then how does that tell us what happened next? How did Mr. Majors get out of the car? He had climbed across the seats and got out. He had climbed across the seats and got out, and that's when I pulled his shirt because I wanted him to stay in the vehicle. Guys, what's the problem here? Sidebar. Guys, there's a problem here. For this testimony to be true, this would mean Majors was basically sitting on her lap. How Majors was either sitting on her lap and had to cross seats to get out based on her perception, or they have magically swapped seats, and Majors is not like she's now saying where she wasn't saying beforehand, which was the driver's side, I'm guessing, beforehand. Now they are switching seats, and Majors will have to go to get out. We saw the video of how Majors got out. That's not possible. I'm so sorry. Going back, and want him to stay in the vehicle, so that gives you a right to pull his shirt. Okay, fair enough. And how was Mr. Major's body position when he pushed you? According to you, he was coming toward me. Okay, because I was kind of sitting. So the car has two seats on the back rows, like there. I was sat here, and my body was facing him. He got out this way, and in doing so, then pushed me out, and then I went to grab his shirt in response to him to stop him from leaving. Let me get you some photos of the car. I don't see any of these photos. I don't know what they are. No objections were made. Published to the jury. Blah blah blah. Point to the mouse so that you can see he was sat in the back, right between the second and the middle seat, and I was sat behind the driver. Okay, all right, that's a bit more clearer. So she basically was in the middle, going across. Okay. Can you just say that can you just say that so the call reporter will hear you? He was sat in the back on the right, mainly between the right and the middle seat, and I was sat directly behind the driver, I think, which I believe was in front. So just to be clear, this is an SUV that has 3 rows of seating, correct? Yes. And it's your testimony that the first incident when you are in the car and you see the text message, you and Mr. Majors are sitting in the bucket seats in the second row, correct? Like I said, that has to be a testimony that they're saying literally next to each other, like literally on each other's laps. It's like, yeah. And looking at this photograph, on the right of the photograph would be the seat behind the driver, correct? Yes. And that is where you're sitting, correct? Yes. The left of the photo shows the left of the photo shows the seat behind the passenger, correct? Yes. That's it. Oh, that is where Mr. Majors was saying, correct? The mouse is very behind, but we are sitting on these two in front. And the second time you got into a car, who got in first? I believe I will have to check the video, but it felt instantaneous. Right. So the second time that they got into the car was the hotel. I don't know the hotel time then. Oh, I just realized. Okay, let me just clear up everything that I've been saying just right now. Let me just clear that up right now. Let me try and find. Let me try and find it here. Flipping it, close it down by accident. Right. So this is the first time. So this is the first time. So this is this is the second time. Oh wait, no, sorry guys, forgot to switch tabs. Okay, so this is the first time. This would be the second time. This will be the second time that they go into the car. This one here. So that's the third time that they're leaving now. So he's leaving now here. And that's it. So that's the third time he's left. The third time is the time he's left. So and the second time, all of this is happening. So basically here, yeah, you go into car. This will be a second time here. Go in the car, and then go back in again, and then yep, got back in again, and then yeah, left. So yeah, hope that clears it up, because they got into the car here twice. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. They got into the car there twice. Right. So going back to this, it says, I believe he got in the first, but he felt similar timing. It's your testimony that which side of the car did he get in the second time? I would have to check. You don't remember? I just don't want to get it wrong. It's your testimony that Mr. Majors got in the car and went back to the back row, correct? Yes. And you got in went where? To the seat which I've always been sat in. So the one directly behind the driver. And from that seat, you just testified that Mr. Majors pushed your left shoulder from the back row. Is that right? I see was moving from the back row to exit vehicle. Okay. At any point in the night, did Mr. Majors sit in the back row? But you just said she said no. Whoa, all the testimony you gave previously about the altercation between you two, your testimony has been when you both were in the bucket seats in the middle row. Correct? Yes. The incident where I read the message and then he attacked me, that was when we were sat next to each other in the middle row. Yes. And if we could please show defendant's exhibit, Ms. Jabbari, yeah, that's inside your car, correct? I believe so, yes. And there is no barrier between the driver and the second row of the seats, is there? I'm unclear of what you mean by that. Sometimes cars have like a clear barrier between partition, basically, between the driver and the second seat. There is no barrier in this one, right? There is not. No. Defense exhibit 113, and that is the view from inside the car, correct? Yes. And that would be the view that people in the passenger seat in the second row would have of the driver and the passenger seat. Is that in the front row, correct? Depending on where you were sitting, correct? And that looking at this photo, you were sitting behind the driver on the left, so that would be the left of this photo, right? Correct. And Mr. Majors would have been on the right of this photo, correct? Yes. And if you could zoom in a little more, please. Ms. Jabbari, do you see a rearview mirror in this photograph? I do, yes. To the right of it is a camera in this car. Is that right? Yes. And that camera is visible from two bucket seats. Wow. So there was a camera in the car. Correct? You correct. Wow. I'm glad you put it in there. The defense exhibit 134. This is a closer view of the front car, and the camera is showing, correct? Yes, I believe so. Just for record, because the press didn't report this, and they were reporting about the fact that, especially Shane Obtuse was reporting how they didn't use there was no video from the car, etc. Well, as we just read right here, pre-ready into exhibit, that and Grace confirmed it. So why didn't the mainstream media just pick this up and say, yeah, okay, cool, there was car and come on, man, you know why. Anyway, proof is right there. There was camera in the vehicle. It just wasn't recording because I believe Danny said it was 40. Again, score $1 million for Danny, because again, recollection is on point. Love her for that. Back to the reading. And it also shows the distance between the driver's seat and the passenger seat, correct? Correct. Now, if you could please go back to 128, it's your testimony that Mr. Majors was sitting in the center back row of this car the second time you got in. When you started asking him again about the text messages, right? Yeah, I believe so, yes. And once again, how long do you estimate this conversation lasted? A couple of minutes, I think. Yeah. As I said before, same answer. And then he shoved you out of the car, right? Yeah. And did you put your hands on Mr. Majors at all? I pulled out his shirt, or his outfit. Well, did you pull out the top layer of his coat, which was what? A coat or a jacket? I don't know what correct word. And do you know what Mr. Majors was wearing that night? Well, kind of, yeah. I wouldn't be able to draw a photo of it, but I could. It had buttons. It was a jacket of some sort. You live with Mr. Majors, right? Yes. And you both left, and you've seen the video of yourself leaving the apartment of that night, correct? Yes. And sitting here, seeing here, do you remember what Mr. Majors was wearing? Yes, but you said no before. and that is a coat, correct? Yes, or jacket, whatever word was for you. I don't. It's your testimony. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I'll call it a jacket. Okay, what was he wearing on the jacket? Like a long sleeve t-shirt? Is that what he wore all night? I believe so, yeah. And what color was that? I believe it was a pale color. I think so, like white or cream or something like that. And Miss Barry, you grabbed Mr. Majors. Where did you grab him? The kind of pockets of the, what was it called? The bucket. Oh, I'm gonna sidebar for the last time soon. Buzz of the shirt. Can you please show us how you grabbed him? Just like that. Let the record reflect that the let the record reflect the witness had grabbed the left lapel with her right hand. Is good place to stop. Okay, so they're stopping right there, and we're gonna stop right here. This is the last sidebar. Right. I hope you guys caught that, because what Priya just basically did right there has shown that there's no way Majors has shoved her. Why? His hands was in his pocket. His hands was in his pocket. So when she went to grab it, that's how you got the injuries. I mean, we are privy to this knowledge. I don't think the jury got to see it. I'm not too sure, but let me just get it up one more time for you guys to see. One second. Let me just get it one more time for you guys to see. I think this is Major's right hand, and it was her left hand, as it's just been said. Hold up, photos. Let me just put it up. Hold up. Hey. One second. Let me just get it up. Okay, so this is it right here. Right here. So as you can see, that's his. It should be his right hand. I mean, yeah, it should be his right hand because of this arch here. That's my right hand. So it should be. You see this arch here? That's only exclusive to your right hand. So it should be his right hand. And as we just read, it was his with her right hand grab his left lapel. Wait, no, that's his left hand. That reflects that he grabbed his left hand with his right hand. How is this photo? Is the photo mirrored? You know what? I don't know. That his right hand is clearly clearly injured. She grabbed his left lapel. He's not gonna be like this, is he? Oh wait, if that's the case, then okay. Well, I mean, unless he's like this, anyway. So anyway, point is, what this is showing is if she was grabbing, if she grabbed the lapel and then does the scratching because she was trying to hold on to him, Majors, it's not possible for Majors to have pushed her or done any shoving or anything like that, etc. But anyway, let me just go into the chat quickly and just read the final chats here. Wonder Woman, I wonder if you can appeal the harassment charge. I wouldn't. I mean, the harassment charge is conclusive. I mean, the fact that she hit her head, it didn't have to cause injury. That was harassment. It's clear cut. I don't think he has any grounds to appeal that. According to Nate, the lawyer, he did drop in on the stream and lay it down before he done the video, and the video basically is outlined that he has a chance of winning because he was not guilty for the aggravated harassment, which would be, but he was guilty for the reckless harassment, which is basically the same thing. So put together. So what Nate is basically saying is he had to be guilty of aggravated harassment. That's what he had to be guilty of. The reckless harassment is if you're gonna find him for reckless harassment, he has to be guilty of the aggravated harassment and just leave it as that. But he wasn't. He was guilty for the reckless assault, but not guilty for the aggravated harassment. What the defense will most likely argue on appeal would be that, hey, they did not read the jury instructions to them properly to understand these charges because it's inconsistent, because they wouldn't have come to this conclusion if the judge had done his job right, sort of thing. That's what I'm guessing. I have no idea. Winter says exactly to Heinz, I don't see how she got guilty on any of the charges. I can see harassment. I can see that violation. I can see it. The lifting alone fits that. So it's like, even if you were to excuse the lifting, the hitting of the head, as she even testified, as Priya even walked her through, but I can see why she did. It's a chess move. She's like, okay, we have to concede on the harassment. It's a chess move, and I felt that Priya done it so that she can completely exclude the ear, completely exclude the hand, because all of these things could not have happened in the sequence that she was describing. And I think she done a good job doing that, but I don't think the jury understood the jury instructions, which is why they got the inconsistent verdict, which I believe Nate has a great point on. Wonder Woman says Sheila, she was running after him, and then after she saw Jonathan pass by her and strangers, and she followed after him. Yeah, yes, such fear, right? Wonder Woman. Honestly, she's got a good form running though. Yeah, hands. Yeah, exactly. Like I don't even run like that, and I used to play football. I used to play soccer for the people in the stateside. I used to play soccer, and I never ran like that. Like, well, I mean, I'm kind of exaggerating. I was quite a flake back then, but central midfielder. But like the fact that she kicked in her afterburners like that's insane. That's insane, man. Shake it up. Shake it off. So that says playtime shot, shake her up, shake her up, shake her up. She's getting in. Wonder Woman says the second time when she followed him after speaking to the strangers back to the car, there's no video. There's a video of this. Oh, okay. I think this is in reference to the Easter egg hunt that I was doing. I'm trying to establish the first, second, and third time, which I hope I did do a good job of doing. I did actually clear that up. Jesse B says she was in more pain, secretly recording him. His words had crying more than she would physical pain. Make it make sense, Grace. Jesse B, welcome back to the channel. I've been seeing you in the comment section. Welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure thanks so much for for your comment. None of the testimony makes sense at all. No, it doesn't. And it's Claiborne. Welcome back, sir. I hope you're doing well. I've been seeing you in the comments, and I also appreciate your support on the previous streams in regards to the super chats. I appreciate that. She says, Wonder Woman, you did a good job putting AV to the seventh power in the right direction on our live stream. I don't know who AV is, but shout out to them. Zigazel goes out. Welcome back, bigger family. I know Zigazel, I remember you. I know that we've had our disagreements on the Liana, Kersner stream and that, but you are always welcome here. Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining in the chat. Winter says, I'm perplexed as to how many times she admits to pulling and hitting him, but it's not considered the hits. Yeah. You could injure yourself. It is a health hazard to go into a fight. You could actually injure yourself without the other person even doing anything. Zigazel says, wish Jonathan Attorney was a little bit more aggressive. I think she was very aggressive, and with asking her questions and getting ridiculous answers. I think she was aggressive. I just don't think. I think the witness was well prepped. That's my personal opinion. She was well prepped. Solo Dove, she didn't know what he was wearing. She's lying. Yep, she did. Okay, so Zigazel says, I wish Jonathan had brought. I wish Jonathan Attorney had brought up. If he was such an abuser, why go back to his apartment, pass out in a closet, panties? To be quite fair, I think bringing it up would be a non sequitur because, well, I mean, she did as to testify to going to pack up her clothes and taking her things out to move because they were living together. So it would have been needless, in my opinion. Why, Winter says, why would he shove her unless she was trying to prevent him from leaving? Exactly. I mean, it's just a lot of omissions on her. None of this makes sense in a vacuum. None of it. Because you need, like, why is he doing that? It's either you're going for the phone or you're trying to stop him from leaving, which she said that she was trying to do. So, but again, it's just Jonathan bad, she good. Zigazel says, and that is straight up abuse. Look at that. That is abuse on his cheek. Exact. Yep. We're showing the pictures of that, and she aroused the hell out of him. Yep, she did do that. You can see the reason why he had to push her because she wouldn't stay in the car. She kept getting out of the car. Exactly. She wasn't supposed to. What was he supposed to do? He did nothing wrong, but made a bad choice and did in a European woman. But he did everything we tell victims to do: run away, get away. How can you get exactly? I mean, everything that he did everything right. It de-escalate. No one can deny Jonathan did anything wrong except for picking her up. But the fact that everyone is getting on her for picking her up is harsh to me. No one is praising him for at least leaving the situation, de-escalating the situation, but they're getting on him because they feel like he started the situation by lifting her up, which I feel is unfair because it omits a lot of context to what was. Anyway, another stream based on okay, so thank you everyone for everyone for your chats. This is the last one. Based on her saying she attacked him, I still don't see how he gets the harassment. Okay. Let me that's his left hand. Okay, so that's how I mean, okay, he was going. I was judging by the this part here. I was judging like that, but yeah, it depends on the angles. It would be his right hand would be my left based on how he was standing. Based on the angles, I don't know. Yeah, I was just going by this part. But yeah, thank you so much for that correction. That would be his left hand. Shayi, thank you so much for that correction. Take your time. Thank you for your time and take care of yourself. So Duff, thank you for your time. Thank you everyone for your time. Thank you so much for tuning in onto the Dr. Heinz channel. And thank you so much for tuning into this stream. We have finished the cross exam for the 6th of 7th. For the 6th of December. We'll be back tomorrow. Tune in same time, 10 o'clock UK time. Should be 5 o'clock Eastern time, which will be New York time, and the corresponding time zones. So check back tomorrow at that time because we'll be going back to the remainder of the cross and the redirect. And part 10 should be the end of Grace Jabbari's testimony. So thank you so much once again for tuning in. Make sure you go and check out the other content that we have on here. We have interviews, deep dives, as well as live streams, replay crew. You can go and check out all the live streams that we have in store. And you can also binge watch our content. It's all in a neat little package playlist for you. Consider becoming a member of the channel as well by clicking the join button. It's as little as 99 pence, or I don't know how much it would now be in dollars, etc. But it's really is, and you get awesome perks like the ketchup bottle, the investigative agent that you can use and play around and and join with us. Exclusive content as well. You get to early access as just a lower tier member, like even if you're on the condiment island, which is what I call the lower tier, you get early access to a lot of content that we have going up. Anyone that's member gets early access. It's when you are going up to the next tier, which is the Heinz Hall tier, This is when you get to see bonus content that is not available on YouTube. This is where I do social reactions to social media discourse, and also movie discussions with other creators, etc. That's what I do, but I don't do it on YouTube. I do it on other platforms, like X, as well as Facebook. So you can get to see that on YouTube without having to leave YouTube because you're a member. You get to access it here. No one else would have it. It's only exclusive. It's only exclusive for members. You have to be on other platforms to get those content. So and also don't forget to check out drheinz.info. I'll be releasing the article for this for week 2 highlight, which includes highlights of the stream that I done with LW Academy Hub, as well as Liana Kersner's stream. It'll be side by side so that you guys can see the summation of each stream. I'll be releasing highlights as well after the article is done. I'll be releasing highlights so that you can see the stream on the main channel once my Debt v. Heard part 3 is out, which is coming out very, very soon. If you have not seen part 2C, go and check it out. I compile all the clips of Debt v. Heard, all the exhibits, all of the testimonies, transcripts, doctor's notes, everything is here. No stone is left unturned. Believe me, when I dive deep. No one is safe. No one is safe. Everything is brought in a chronological order from when their relationship was started. All the surrounding evidence in regards to what other people were saying. For example, the TMZ employees that were working on the day that she went to the courthouse. All of their accounts are here, just like this one here. They're all here. So go and check that out. It's Debt v. Heard Labyrinth Part 2C. It's in the playlist as well as on the channel. So anyway, once again, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Take care of yourself. Have a great evening. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe. Leave a comment as well. Replay crew if you're watching this back. And also, yeah, of course, don't forget to subscribe onto the channel. Take care of yourself and have a great day. Bye-bye.